WHAS 11 Weather First.
We are starting out with a live look over the metro. It has been a gloomy and rainy day here. However, that rain is very much needed because it has been a few dry months. Thanks so much for joining us here at 6:30. I'm Alex Dieterer. We're going to send it over to meteorologist Matt Rudkin for your weather first. Matt, how much rain are we expecting?
Hey, another inch or so possible. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. Right now, though, notice Max HD radar showing quite a bit of rain shower activity. No matter if you're in Indiana or Kentucky, you're seeing a decent amount here. You can see the green. This is a good napping day, that's for sure. The green there showing some of the rain showers across the region. If you're lucky to get a little gap in the rain, a breather, maybe go grill dinner outside or something like that, you get to enjoy just a few minutes because the rain's going to continue to filling in. Notice quite a bit in southern Illinois, parts of southeast Missouri. That's all heading along the river right towards us. So expect the rain showers to continue here the next several hours. This is ahead of a cold front, and it's going to really cool us down the next several days. Notice northern Indiana in the 40s, Indianapolis right about 50. We're around 60 here. Parts of Kentucky still in the 70s, but there's 40s heading our way for overnight tonight. It gets even colder as we head towards early next week. For that reason, a freeze watch in effect for all of Indiana and our part of Kentucky over the next couple of hours. We'll chat more about this, the impacts it's going to have, and look ahead to trick-or-treating, of course. All of that's in your forecast in about 15 minutes.
State data shows there is a rise in opioid overdose deaths among Black Kentuckians. Team Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet reports Black Kentuckians' overdoses have increased by 8%. WHAS 11's Taylor Woods talks to Louisville Recovery Center about this health disparity.
Fentanyl has become one of the leading opioid addictions, making addiction difficult to recover from. Although Kentucky has faced a 5% decrease in overdose deaths in 2022 compared to 2021, the Kentucky Justice and Public Safety Cabinet reports an 8% increase in opioid overdose deaths among Black Kentuckians. Patrick Dunn, owner of Louisville Recovery Center, says the lack of access to health care is to blame.
When it comes to African American versus other populations, culturally, there's been a health disparity. There's no question. Access to treatment, but also making sure that culturally people can get their needs met.
Louisville Recovery Center has several addiction recovery programs, including an opioid rehab center. Dunn says if you're struggling with opioid addiction, it's never too late to start again.
And even if you've tried before and you slipped up and you're back again, just keep fighting.
He also encourages people to reach out for support and treatment. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 on your side.
If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, help is available. You can call the number right here on your screen. We also have a list of resources on our website, WHAS11.com. LMPD is investigating a deadly shooting that happened this morning in Valley Station. Police say officers responded to reports of a person down on Johnsontown Road under the overpass. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been fatally shot. Right now, police say they don't have any suspects. LMPD is also investigating an overnight death in the Algonquin neighborhood. Police say at 4 this morning they responded to reports of a person down. When officers arrived, they found a man who was dead. Police say they do expect foul play and are working to determine the cause of death. As part of the investigation, LMPD's SWAT served a search warrant on a home near the scene. While clearing the scene, officers say they found a different man near the back of the house who had been shot. He was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Police are working to determine if there is any relationship between the two victims. Anyone with information about any of these incidents is asked to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD or use LMPD's online portal. A car crash caused a large fire in the Portland neighborhood this afternoon. Louisville Fire responded to the crash on 24th and Main Street just before 2 this afternoon. Fire crews say the car crashed into the gas and electric meters of the house. Crews quickly determined that no one was in the house and then brought the fire under control within 15 minutes. LFD hazmat crews were called to monitor the scene while LG&E worked to shut off the gas. No one thankfully was hurt in the fire. After several delays, the federal trial for the former LMPD officer who fired blindly into Breonna Taylor's apartment is set to begin. Brett Hankinson is expected in court tomorrow. He's accused of using excessive force when he fired 10 rounds into Taylor's apartment while standing outside of it. His bullets entered a neighboring apartment where a young child was sleeping. A Jefferson County jury acquitted Hankinson on state charges of endangering Taylor's next-door neighbor last year. The man who owned the home filled with dangerous chemicals in the Highview neighborhood is expected in court again tomorrow. Mark Hibble is facing wanton endangerment and burglary charges in connection to the chemicals. Hibble's attorneys allege he was going to go into business with a partner to sell the chemicals, which is why he had them. This week, as the EPA wrapped up the controlled demolition of the home, we learned just how many of those chemicals were actually in the home.
We're well over 100 different chemicals found in the house. Where possible, we've removed trays and racks of chemicals out of the house.
And the risk of explosion, reaction, and fire is over.
Hibble was released from jail on bond earlier this week. A judge ordered him to get immediate treatment for his mental health. As part of the order, the former chemist is to have no contact with chemicals or dangerous substances. In just under 30 minutes, UAW President Shawn Fain is expected to give an announcement on the tentative agreement the union made with Ford this week. Local UAW President Todd Dunn called it the best deal he's seen. It includes a 25% wage increase over 4.5 years and the return of cost of living adjustments. Workers we spoke with say they were excited to go back to work this week.
It's safe to say a lot of us is going to be relieved. Of course, not all of us, because some people, people are different. But personally, I'm speaking for myself. I'm glad that it's over.
Dunn was expected to be in Detroit today to discuss the deal. We'll keep you updated on air and online with the latest from Fain. The deal comes as Ford announced it's delaying production at its second battery plant in Hardin County.
We are also slowing down several investments, including making a decision with SK On to delay the second Blue Oval SK JV battery plant in Kentucky.
The company made the announcement this week in its third quarter earnings call. Chief Financial Officer John Lawyer says they're adjusting their electric vehicle production and future plans to better match demand. Blue Oval SK is building 2 plants in Glendale, expected to employ 2,500 people each. A Ford spokesperson tells us the first plant is still scheduled to begin operations in 2025.